Great, guys. Thanks for joining us on this video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a seller's market versus a buyer's market. Which one are we in? What's the benefit if you're a buyer? What's the benefit if you're a seller to sell right now in 2020? So let's jump right into it. For my buyers, this one's especially for you. One of my clients just locked in for a duplex at a 2.75 interest rate, which that might not mean a whole lot to you, but the difference between a 2.75 interest rate and a 4% interest rate, which is kind of what we were having last year, just a little more normal interest rate there, which honestly 4% is still pretty good, but the difference is about $100 a month. Again, there depends on a lot of other variables as well, but just on that, about $100 a month, if we're looking at a $300-ish thousand purchase price. So that helps you qualify a little bit more to buy something else. But it also, even if you're just buying something at the same price point, it helps that payment not be so high. So on the buyer side, it's very, very good in terms of interest rate. That makes a big difference. We've done a couple other videos where we go a little bit deeper onto interest rates. But interest rates are a lot of what determines if something's a good time to buy, right? So in 2008, 2009, right, as we were recovering, or I guess reacting to the big crash there, I mean, interest rates, you were looking at closer to 8% is kind of the average there. And the difference in price and a monthly payment there is a few $100s. So that makes a big difference over time, and it makes a big difference in terms of your purchase power. I typically like folks to buy something that they can rent, whether it's a home with an accessory apartment or a duplex, right? So that way your monthly payment's being paid off a decent amount more by someone else. But sometimes when your income's not incredibly high, you want to do something like that makes financial sense, but at the same time, you just can't overbuy something. So your buying power goes up when interest rates are lower, because your ratios, your debt to income ratios are taken care of there because your monthly payment's going to be lower. So obviously your income goes a little bit further there if your monthly payment's lower, which again, it's a little bit of jargon, a little bit of not super important things there. But the main thing is it's a good time to buy. Interest rates are low. On the seller side, we've had one of the most crazy sellers market in the terms of we just have very low inventory. A lot of folks aren't moving. They're just kind of staying in their houses, building up equity. So we're not having as many sales take place, but the demand is insane. If you price your home correctly, you should have multiple offers pretty quick there, and you should have offers to pick from, and a lot of times go above asking price. If I think back on my last 3 listings, so one was a condo, went under contract about a week in on a cash offer. I think it was about $7,000 above asking price. Another one was single family home, went $13,000 above asking price. That one closed, really clean deal, conventional financing, just kind of standard dates, pretty good setup there. And the other one was a townhome, and it also went $7,000 above asking price. And again, it was a 30-day close, very clean. We didn't have to do any additional repairs, just a very, very clean, smooth transaction. So those were my last 3 in the last month and a half. That's kind of what we've been seeing. So on the listing side, it's been very, very, very competitive. And honestly, if you're looking to sell your home, that's a nice place to be, because often you have offers that don't have a lot of contingencies, that are just clean, nice conventional financing, and you don't have to deal with a bunch of junk that's associated with other forms of financing. And oftentimes you can map it out pretty quick. You say, okay, cool. Well, we want to put our home on the market on the Wednesday. We do an open house on the Saturday. We have showings between now and then. Odds are, if we priced it correctly, then we'll have multiple offers to look at on Monday. Monday we decide. 30 days from there, our home is sold. So that helps big time when you're looking to move. It keeps things it's still going to be a stressful process. You're selling real estate, but it's going to keep it a lot less stressful, and it's going to allow you to plan out your schedule and plan out where you're going to be going next a lot better. And again, if you're looking to buy something else on that end, then you can usually buy something again, with those low interest rates, that's going to give you a really good setup for whatever your next step is. So in short, we are in a buyer's market. Low interest rates create that there, but a little bit less inventory. And we are in a seller's market as well, because you just have lower inventory and there's a high demand of buyers out there. So it works well for you. So anyway, the point is, now is a really good time to transact. Now is a good time to be out there and be active, especially if you are renting. I would 100% say get out of the renting game as soon as you can. Lock into what our interest rates are, and in 10, 20 years from now, you can be like, oh my goodness, I remember back in 2020, we locked in at a 2s, and everyone's going to be like, no way. It's kind of the conversation we have with one of our one of our title reps every time we're in a closing. She sees interest rates and she's like, well, 20 years ago, I was right around there. I was in the low 3s. Or I was in the high 2s. I don't remember what she says, but the point is she's always bragging about her interest rate. We had a closing 2 days ago, and she was like, maybe it's time for me to refinance because the interest rates are so incredibly low. Again, if you guys have any questions on how that would affect you, what you need to do to qualify, feel free to reach out. Or if you have anything that you want to discuss or debate, I'm more than happy to talk about that, whether you disagree or agree. Leave it in the comments, send me a message, and I'd love to connect. Thanks so much.